Hello, beautiful Virgo friends. Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. That is me. If you are watching this video, you resonate with the sign of Virgo in some capacity, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, perhaps. Cross-watchers are always welcome as well. I hope this video finds you well, guys. Happy Pisces season. Happy soon-to-be Aries season. We are going to do your March monthly tarot readings. This is going to be roughly for the beginning of March into the beginning of April. As always, here on YouTube, I am spitting out general messages for you guys. That means not everything I say will resonate with all the Virgos out there. I ask that you come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. Ultimately, I only want you to take away the messages that resonate with you, that serve you in some capacity, motivate you, inspire you, confirm something you needed to hear, or potentially offer you new insight into something you didn't know before. I come at these messages with love and positivity, so that is what I want you to take away. Please and thank you. Everything else about this video will be in the description box below, including the decks I'm using here today. The Tarot of Sexual Magic, by the way. I'm just being a goofball. Yeah, the decks I'm using as well as my social media channels. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Like, share, subscribe wherever you can, including on this YouTube video here. That helps these messages gain traction. It helps my channel gain momentum so that these readings can get out to all the viewers out there in YouTube land. General reminder, never take on any energy that feels foreign or strange. If it doesn't seem to fit your circumstance or scenario, please have faith that it's a message that somebody else needs to hear, and you can drop it like it's hot if it's not your message. But give these messages time to resonate. Not everything will click instantaneously. All right, are we done with the rules? We're done with the rules, Virgo, right? You don't like rules. Okay, actually, you're Virgo. You love rules. Do you not? No, I'm just kidding. All right, we're going to hop into your reading here. Bottom of your deck, day and night, night and day, you are the one. Is that a Frank Sinatra song? And mermaid's love. Okay, so are you guys dating a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces? You have the card of the Hierophant, so a card of commitment, marriages, spiritual teachings. Yeah, you may be involved in some sort of partnership where it's a very spiritual connection. You met them at just the right time. It was fate, it was destiny. But you do have Eight of Swords coming up. So this is the card of sometimes being in a mental prison or being in a... even just the idea of feeling painted into a corner, feeling a little bit stuck, feeling confused or apprehensive on how to proceed forward. But what's under that is the Ten of Cups and the Empress, which is freaking amazing, Virgo. See, okay, so you have some good cards. This could represent, honestly, an awkward conversation, a little bit of an argument. Yeah, absolutely. An argument that breaks out, and I have to be honest, it may actually have to do with your family. If you're introducing someone to your family for the first time, and I'm even getting like a big family, like cousins and nieces and nephews and this and that, and one or both of you may have an awkward dynamic with one of your parents, and so it's made you a little bit guarded or something about an ego. I don't really know why the word ego is coming through, but I don't know, particularly if your person or you is an only child and then they're meeting the rest of your family and it's a very large dynamic, it might be draining or exhausting for them to be around that many people. But yeah, I gotta be honest, a lot of your cards are really great. It seems like as you progress in this relationship, it does feel destined. It feels like good fortune. It seems like you guys are a really beautiful pairing. One or both of you may have very strong water in your chart, but yeah, it's like you love how this person smells, you love how they look, you love being around them, they revitalize you. When you're not with them, you miss them a lot. So I guess the only thing I'll say with that, make sure it doesn't develop into anything like codependency, but I mean, you have 10 of Cups and the Empress. That's incredible. With the Empress, that is the card of motherhood, so some of you may be considering starting a family. You do have the card of child as well. Interesting. One or both of you, this is such a classic Virgo message. One or both of you feel like you missed out on your childhood, and so you're making a pact or a promise that whoever you get into a long-term commitment with or a long-term relationship with, if you do end up discussing children, and that actually could be the grounds where this potential argument or this, yeah, just kind of like awkward situation maybe happens. You may get sort of some heated temper. Anyway, reverting back to what I was saying, the discussion of having children, you're making sure you're picking the right mate so that you can give your child the childhood you never had or the childhood you feel you missed out on because there was some sort of sacrifice or something that you feel like you got the short end of the stick in some capacity, and you want to protect the best interests of your child or the child you plan to have in the future. And yeah, it's like you don't want to rush into a relationship with someone if you're not absolutely certain that they're the one. You want, wow, you guys, you want loyalty. You want marriage. You want flowers. You want the long-term commitment. You want someone who's going to romance you. You don't want there to be any secrets between you guys or any confusion. Yeah, if this person, and I'm not saying they will, but if this person were to give you any indication that something here like wasn't right, if they had hesitations or anything, I think you would drop them in an instant. To be very clear, I actually don't think that is what's coming. If anything, most of your cards are indicating like house, baby, marriage, loyalty. It feels very like, 1950s nuclear family. So, and to be honest, I actually feel like that's what a lot of you Virgos are searching for, because there is something here about a troubled childhood. And I'm sorry for the repeat message. I feel like I get that for you guys quite a bit. But what's so inspiring, what's so lighthearted and amazing about this is that this person offers you the solid foundation, the stability that perhaps you never had as a child. The name Rose might be important, or Rosalie, or someone who's named after a flower. That doesn't have to be you or your person, Virgo, but it could be someone in your family. That might mean something to someone. Yeah, I actually think this has to do with a message of the childhood, because the sun is typically a card of Leo, which is the house, if you will, of children, of childhood. In reverse, one of you may have a parent who was a Leo. It's almost like when we think of the tower, it was destined to come down. It was doomed to fail because it was not built on a solid foundation. For the longest time, Virgo, it seems like in your life, you have been trying to rebuild from what was a very shaky childhood. Something where you didn't feel safe, or you didn't have security, or you didn't have certainty of where you were going to live, or it could have been troubled financial times. Maybe your parents had trouble with maintaining a job, or, unstable income. It seems like what this person offers you is that rock solid stability that you really want and need. And so again, I'm just saying with that, make sure it doesn't turn into codependency, because you yourself, Virgo, need to be a class act, like standing on your own 2 feet. This person feels like a beautiful gift that has been, like the universe has orchestrated it for them to come into your life at just the right time, because you have done a lot of healing work. You have spent a lot of nights on your own, up crying, wishing things were different, but use that as empowerment, as motivation that you're a warrior. You can accomplish anything. You can make it through difficult times, because you've had to do it a million times before. It actually seems like you're finally getting what's due to you. And it's not that you're looking for a handout. It's that you finally meet someone who's just really kick-ass and cool. I love this. It could be a Pisces that you're dealing with, or this could also be a timestamp for Pisces season. Again, water signs is sort of what I'm getting with mermaid love, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Doesn't have to be, but you guys like to go out dancing together. You also, because something about mermaid love, by the water. I don't know if you guys go to a lake house, or you swim in a swimming pool together, or maybe you went skinny dipping or in the hot tub, something like that. Anyway, you guys have some fun little memory together of being in or around a body of water. You may have gone sailing together. So Virgo, your energy, touch the sky. Yeah, it's what a beautiful metaphor. Again, how I was saying, a rocky, troubled childhood, that feeling of uncertainty. This to me is almost like a Rapunzel let down your hair. It's the princess who's like been locked up in the tower by, the evil stepmother. Hang with me here. I don't necessarily mean that. But yeah, it's like you guys are overcoming grief and sorrow and sadness, the total eclipse of the heart. This new opportunity, this Two of Cups, essentially, it's coming in so that you can start a new chapter, turn a new page. And birds of a feather flock together. I love it. Yeah, you found a good little match. You found a good little pairing. If this isn't your story yet, don't give up hope. Even this has a very fairy tale-like quality to it. Sorry, 1 second, guys. My throat is dry. What is the Rumpelstiltskin, where she has to spin the... what is it? She has to spin the straw into gold. It feels like you may have even had to get a job very early on to help support your parents, or you may have come from a single family home. There is something very like Cinderella-esque, as you were almost treated as a maid, or again, as a child, you were forced to step up and be extremely responsible, or if you're the oldest child, you may have had to like babysit for all the siblings that followed you, or something like that, where again, it just feels like you missed out on your youth. It feels like you missed out on your childhood, and there's something really beautiful about this person coming in. You get to have fun again. In a sense, they are your soulmate, and the love is very reciprocal. Or, I'm sorry, reciprocated. And it does seem like neither one of you is financially supporting the other. It seems like you both have a little egg nest of money that you save, so that when you guys do come together, there isn't this awkward... for most of you, I don't think there's an awkward power struggle about who's paying for what. It seems like you, yeah, even if it doesn't have to do with money, physically, your body, your mind, body, spirit, it seems like both of you are in a good place. And again, it's like you guys met at just the right time. You could also be dealing with a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, particularly a Sagittarius. So your person, interesting. Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, your person has issues with their mother. They have communication issues with their mother. And they may be apprehensive. Again, the idea of starting a family or discussing having children, they may be very wishy-washy or standoffish is the term. Again, because it could be them too, that they didn't have the greatest childhood, or just something about their overbearing mother. They're very... they impede on their life and their personal life, and this, I don't know why it's bleeding over into your guys' relationship, but there's communication issues with the mother, or about something about pregnancy. Okay, your person may actually be, if it's actually it could be either gender, they may have fertility issues. If it's a male, they could be sterile or like unable to father children, or vice versa. You could have, trouble getting it to stick, essentially, if you're working at it in the bedroom. It doesn't necessarily mean long term, but you may something about, I don't know if they're self-conscious or they don't want to have that conversation with you, but there may be fertility issues, or they may have had a child with another person, like an ex, or yeah, like they may still be a parent, but obviously they're like I just heard child of divorce, so that could literally be them, or that they could be a parent involved in like a co-parenting situation. You get what I mean? Anyway, all of this is like a roundabout way of saying they're apprehensive to start the family again, because there's been they have a history of what feels like being down on their luck in that department. Yeah, I think they made a mistake with someone in the past and potentially had a child with them. And it's not that they regret it, but again, they wish that their child didn't have to deal with the whole divorce thing. And so they don't maybe want to introduce you into that scenario if you don't have to be. And there is like a heavy-heartedness about your person. Especially if they are a water sign, they feel things very, very deeply and internally, and they don't always wear their heart on their sleeve. They do have some trust issues. They might be going back to school, particularly for law or medicine, or psychology or counseling or something, or they might literally be seeking that, especially if they're still dealing with like mommy or daddy issues. This person might also be very religious or spiritual. They may be like someone who attends church on the regular, or, temple, whatever it is. And they're also very good with their words. They're very good with writing. They write you romantic poems or letters. They leave you little love notes. They're fascinated by new knowledge and information. They may have some Aquarius in their chart. Yeah, they do have quite a tumultuous or troubled history, and they haven't shared all of that with you, but there's something about not rushing them. Let them open up to you organically. When they're ready to tell you all the family drama and all the family baggage, they will, but there's a need to get comfortable. I'm getting like the imagery of dunking one foot in at a time and into like the pool of water, the pool of emotions, right? And I do think that's metaphoric of like the relationship you guys are building together. It's not that they don't want to, just it takes them time to open up and trust someone and get to know them. So what's between you guys is the Page of Wands. All right, so lots of flirting, some sexual chemistry, playful energy, right? It's relatively fresh and new. They're still kind of getting to know you. Interesting. All right, so what you also have between you, though, is that Tower, and we did see that come up earlier. For most of you, again, it's the childhood tower that was never built on a steady ground. Here it's like the tower's already come down and we're recuperating from it, and I do think that's symbolic of one or both of your stories. You guys have been through a shitstorm individually, and so as you come together, again, I do keep wanting to warn you about codependency, not grasping onto the first beautiful thing that comes your way and almost suffocating it to the point where you're so afraid of losing it that you're clenching at it, right? You don't want to let go. Again, let it develop organically. Don't try and force puzzle pieces to fit that don't fit. Don't try and force information or extract information out of your person when they're just not ready to go there with you yet. Yeah, all in good time. The flowers will grow. The seeds will be nurtured and developed over time. Somebody could have come from a family that involved abuse in some kind. It could have been physical abuse. It could have been verbal abuse. It could have been sexual abuse. I'm not really getting that, though, to be honest. But yeah, I'm one or two of you. I don't think it's obviously happening anymore, but it's obviously left a tremendous emotional scar on this person's heart. And it's something, yeah, they still struggle with. They still think about it from time to time. And because of that, with that came feelings of a lack of self-confidence, a lack of self-worth, feeling used or abused in some capacity. There is a heaviness to it. This could be you, Virgo, or it could be your person. This person has a cat, or you have a cat. And this cat this is such a weird message, guys. You're just going to have to go with me. It's not for everyone. This cat is very in tune with things. And I mean, cats and animals are like that anyway. They can sense your energy when you're sad, when you're happy, when you're this, you're that. This cat, especially if it's your person, it came to them at a time when they really, really needed like a buddy or an emotional support system. And it's almost like this cat is like their teddy bear. They might sleep with it every night. It's something that's very near and dear to their heart. It could have been a gift from their mother, or it could have been, this is such a bizarre message. It could have been, it doesn't have to be a cat, it could just be an animal, but it helped them emotionally cope with the lack of love they felt from their mother. Their mother could have been very cold. Oh, this is kind of heavy. I'm getting all up in my feels about it, actually. So let's find out more about the two of you, because what's between you is complicated, but it has really nothing to do with you, Virgo. It's more one or both of you has some individual baggage that is still sort of acting as a slight block into someone really blossoming and opening up to you emotionally. But the potential is there, yeah. So 4 of Water, holding back on the emotions, being kind of moody or not upfront with the emotions, not telling you how they feel. Eventually you get to 3 of Water, which is joyous, happy celebrations, being social, being chatty, having a good time, having fun, going out in groups. And then 6 of Fire, which is a card of victory, of pride, of winning the battle, endurance, sticking it through, courage. It's a card of Leo. I think this represents both of you. You guys have mirrored stories. I mean, for crying out loud, you're a totally different deck, by the way. It's called Mermaid Love. And then what's between you is you two mermaids like swimming, and it's like your stories meet. Like, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, Destiny, Fate. It's like something was orchestrated for you guys to meet together. I think there are shared experiences that are going to be tremendously healing once you guys are able to open up to each other and ultimately like learn some lessons, have really important, deep discussions about what it is you're looking for in love. And ultimately, this does feel like it could potentially turn into like a long-lasting friendship through the years. Either way, it is a victory. So whether you're with this person for a reason or for a season, there's absolutely substance here and something to be gained. Something about this person cracks the whip on you. It gets you into shape. For anything you're still struggling with, seeing this person, being around them motivates you and inspires you to be a better person, to go out there and kick ass and live your best life. Not for them, but for yourself. You guys seem to be each other's cheerleaders. There's a really great support system. There's a really great network of support between you guys. Your person may have very dark features. Very dark features and very pale skin. That's not for every one of you, but... Children, in reverse though. Your love life is being affected by children. Yeah, I keep wanting to return to this. Some of you are going to have trouble conceiving. It doesn't mean forever necessarily. But yeah, one or both of you, probably not both of you, but one of you may get the word that, yeah, things down in that department are not working as they should. So again, if this is your story, maybe see a doctor about that. But again, something stemming from childhood issues, that may come up and be a very heavy or difficult conversation that you have. It makes somebody very uncomfortable to come forward with that and discuss it, but ultimately it is going to help bring you guys closer together. This could potentially be someone that you want to have children with, but even that discussion I'm getting, you might be walking on eggshells the first or couple times you discuss that. You also may have known this person from your childhood. They could have been your next door neighbor or lived across the street or someone you went to school with. And again, this person may have a child as well. All those scenarios, right? So final advice or guidance, beautiful. You have the ring, then the 10 of Swords. It's so funny when I said your person may have very dark hair and pale skin. Then this came out, and yes, of course, the wedding ring, right? But also the movie The Ring, that girl Sumara. That's almost what I was picturing. There's almost like, I don't know, they might even be of like Asian descent, like very straight black hair, but more pale skin. Again, like that girl, she's very pale, right? Just those features might be, I don't know what that would be, but somebody in this scenario or the equation, or again, the social network of friends, it could have been the person who introduced you guys, may have those features. So yeah, the ring with the 10 of Swords is indicating to me there was a very difficult or painful ending, potentially in a marriage. So again, somebody could have been a child of divorce, or your person may have been married before and it ended in a way that was kind of messy, and I think they're still healing from it. They're still recuperating. The female, if there is a female in this relationship, because it could certainly be same-sex partnership, the female, I think, has pregnancy on the mind, has babies on the mind. You're dreaming, or you may even have a dream about hearing the news that you're pregnant. Or, okay, some of you may find out that you're pregnant and now you have to tell your person, because in that case, it may not have been planned. So if you're not looking to have a baby, I would be very careful about that. Some of you are getting anxiety because you feel like your person is hot and cold. One minute they're into you and the next minute they're not. It's not you. This has to do with, they're carrying a lot of mental baggage around. They're probably being kept up at night because there's some sort of family issue that's driving them nuts. I don't know if it's like they have to go see their mother for the birthday, or there's something about a family dynamic that makes them very uncomfortable and they're very much in their head about it. And again, it's kind of bleeding over into what's between you guys. I will say too, for the females in this relationship, if there is a female, watch your codependency. As I said, it's something like when you're not with them, you dream about them, you wear their sweatshirt, you love the smell of their pillow, something like that. Watch that doesn't turn into overly romanticizing something. If you're worried that the feelings aren't there, make sure you check in with each other and have a conversation about it, because there is something about, I am just getting like the dynamic of the female. It's very much swooning and, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever had. But the male in it is a little bit held back. And it doesn't have to be male and female relationships. It could absolutely be same-sex partnership, but I'm putting that message out there for one or two of you who need to hear that. We're going to wrap this up. Final advice or guidance here. But I mean, with the ring coming up too, as long as you guys work through those very difficult mental blockages that one or both of you, particularly your person, is still kind of working through, this could be something very long lasting. There could be loyalty there, especially with all these cards that came out at the beginning. These are beautiful. I love all of these. You're going to get a dog and the house and the marriage. And if that's what you want, right? And I'm not saying that everybody wants that, but for a majority of my Virgos, you are looking for that very steady household, that very solid partner that you can rely on, that there's loyalty. They're your backup. They're your, you know, they're your, I'm out of metaphors. They're the goose to your maverick. I don't know. You fill in the blank. They're the Laverne to your Shirley. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Card that came out is Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Yeah, I'm getting that this is relatively new. Don't get too caught up in your head about it. Let it develop organically. But yeah, if there's something on your mind, speak your truth. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Well, obviously, that's what that is. And this is called The Art of Seduction. Yeah, all right. I'm going to pull some zodiac signs for you guys. What zodiac signs want to come out in Virgo's reading? You have a card of Libra here. You actually don't have too many major arcana, but you do have the Empress twice. So you have 3 cards of Libra. Taurus is also in the Empress. Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius. The Hierophant is Taurus. So yeah, lots of Taurus and Libra, actually. Lots and lots of Taurus and Libra. And then that Mermaid Love, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. All right, what cards want to come out in Virgo's reading? Libra. All right, you have too many here, but Libra, Capricorn, Cancer, more Cancer. So twinning with Cancer. Do both of you have Cancer in your chart? Libra again. So twinning Libras, lots of Libra, and one more. Taurus. All right. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? That's pretty much what we said. All right, guys, please like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what resonates for you, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, Virgo. What's up, teacups? I have a small little announcement to make, an exciting one. I am going to be participating in a tarot expo. It is going to be March 21st and March 22nd in Burbank, California, so the Los Angeles area. If you live in LA or are going to be in LA at that time, please swing by. It's going to be a fun little expo with multiple tarot readers. For those who follow YouTube and are familiar with different tarot channels, Ramblin Mike, the granddaddy of tarot as they call him, he is hosting it. He is putting all this together. His people are kind of working behind the scenes to get everybody all together in one room. It's going to be lots of fun. Multiple readers, including one of my favorite readers, is going to be there. Molly from Behind the Limb. Shout out to her. Can't wait to meet her in person. I'm so excited. And I'm going to be there, the Intuitive Teacup. So if you have any interest and are going to be in the area, please stop by. There's going to be all the description down below somewhere here. I'll give you all the information there. But yeah, please stop by. We can read your cards. We'll see what the universe has in store for you. And it should be a really good time. Hope to see you there. Bye.